Man, we've got debris everywhere. Man, everything's leveled out here.
Okay, Gary, I've never seen a tornado this large before, and I've seen lots of tornadoes. This thing is huge.
None of us had. Storm trackers were after the most powerful tornado of our generation.
They are deadly. You about need to be below ground level to survive.
Good evening to you. Reporting from Northeast 27th Street and more tonight, I'm Kelly Ogle. This is the Highlands Edition. When those storms were building, who would have ever imagined this? The experts have been warning us that it was just a matter of time until the big one hit the metro. Monday night, time ran out.
And this is a classic tornadic hook echo strong mesocyclone. It's becoming totally rain wrapped. It is covering parts of I-44.
We got hurt. We got 2 hurt. We got 1 missing. Got somebody that needs ambulance. If you got any, I'll see if we can get one. You got any compresses? We need something to stop blood.
He's bleeding bad over there.
Hey, come on down, brother. Come on down.
Motorists thought they were driving into a curtain of rain. Instead, they drove into the killer winds of an F5 tornado. Some jumped from their cars and huddled under an overpass. All but one survived. This 11-year-old boy's mother was ripped out of his arms by 250-mile-an-hour winds.
They were trying to find the lady. Well, we found her.
She's over where?
She's over here by the fence.
Oh. Yeah. Somebody else?
We don't know. We heard one person. That was the little boy's mother. So I don't know. I don't know if there's other people. There could be. From what I understand, there was several cars parked under the overpass.
And they're gone.
That Astro van is one of them. So they just literally tore them up and sent them flying.
Roll the video. Gary, it's a half a mile to the left, right in front of us. It's leveled a house, a couple houses over here.
Debris was flying for miles by the time it started mowing down southwest Oklahoma City neighborhoods.
It's extremely deadly. It's going to cover parts of Moore, South Oklahoma City. This is a classic circulation, long-lasting tornado.
We all gasped as Ranger 9 followed the twister, and we could see its wrath below. But as bad as it looked from the air, at ground zero, it was horrific.
Big back, have a hard time breathing.
All right. Hello? Can you hear me?
As the tornado moved on toward Moore, South Oklahoma City residents searched for their neighbors.
Does she live in a house around here?
Right here.
Right here? Okay.
But I don't know if they were home or not.
Okay. Jackie! Chris!
Hello? And then all of a sudden we just felt all the walls just start caving in on us.
2 dazed little boys climbed out of their demolished home and asked, "Is this real?" Chris Halsney and photojournalist David Weed were less than a mile away when the tornado hit Moore. It was still chewing up the Highland Park neighborhood development as they pulled up. Take a look at a neighborhood in shock.
An eerie sky sets the backdrop for a neighborhood suddenly tainted the color of raw wood. You'd think the first minute following a tornado would be filled with loud emergency sirens and screaming children, but that's not the case at all. The noises start as murmurs and slowly grow. Dirt-covered and dazed, the survivors emerge more bewildered than scared.
They kept telling us that it was coming, and we heard it when it come over. It sounded like a freight train. The kids were saying, "It sounds like a train. It sounds like a choo-choo train," and our ears were popping, and it was just, I mean, it was terrible. We could hear. It just sounded like burnt electric is what it smelled like, burnt electricity.
6 minutes after the storm, it all begins to sink in. Worries about the welfare of self pivot into fears about the safety of others.
Anyone back here?
Hello? We have an injury? We need some help.
Vicky Blashoviak did exactly what she was supposed to do, hide in her bathtub and hug a mattress. Considering the options, her black eye and broken hand seemed like a gift.
Tornado came, blew everything away.
Gary Harrington's laugh did little to mask the pain worn on his face, but he, like many others here, managed to sift out the good amid all this turmoil.
Oh, come here, Tiger.
Yeah,
come here,
poor
baby.
Tiger, he's scared to death.
Tiger, the gate must have blown off. Come here, dog.
Well, it probably did. Everything else blew away.
Within 20 minutes, this quiet Moore neighborhood looked more like Kosovo than Oklahoma. Nobody was fleeing, just meandering away to nowhere. This tornado merged metal with wood with glass while unraveling all these people's lives.
Have you shot it?
So, yes, it just took everything we had. You know, here you spent 30 years or whatever, and it's all gone.
Before a half hour had passed, a forced evacuation began.
And that's where they're kicking everybody out of here because the gas meters are open.
Stand in place. Make your way First Baptist Church to the north and east.
The catastrophic damage was evident as people emerged from their homes, but when they came outside, they had another immediate and very dangerous concern. Gas lines were hissing wide open all over the neighborhood.
Sherry Dean didn't need another reason to leave.
And we just prayed, Lord, our Lord is the mighty, righteous high tower, and the righteous remnant are safe. And then wind came through the clothes closet and was lifting up our shirts and this mattress we had on us. And it just went, we just felt it go right through the closet and right over us. And we came out and everything's just wasted.
As medics rushed to clear the injured, daring neighbors stayed behind to console. Suddenly, having no home, no car, was a blessing. Everyone who walked away knew in their heart that some of their neighbors were never going to follow them out.
That leaking natural gas drifted all the way across the metro, all the way to Edmond. It was a messenger of the death and destruction here in South Oklahoma City. A little bit later, you're going to hear from that 11-year-old boy. He's going to tell the story about how his mother was taken away from him. And that incredible discovery, a miracle really, in the mud. We'll tell you about that. Next, we take you to metro emergency rooms as a tornado tracks southeast across the city.
Looking for someplace special to take your family? Why not the Oklahoma City Zoo? Hi, I'm Ray Corey, the Pull-Apart Man, and I truly believe our great zoo is one of the reasons Oklahoma City is so unique. Now, if you're looking for someplace special for quality used auto parts, you can't do better than Pull-Apart, where parts are cheaper because you pull them. And we'll pay cash for your old car. Just remember, you can get a trunk full of parts for peanuts when you come to Oklahoma City's one and only Pull-Apart.
Do you like pleasant surprises? Then you'll love the dining room selection at Bruno's. You'll find an amazing variety of designs and styles. Everything from the functional to the very formal. Ensembles made of glass, wood, iron, tile, and everything in between. But the most surprising feature of all is the price. When it comes to dining room furniture, we can set your table for less. Only at Bruno's Home Furnishings, Northwest 36th and Western.
Feeling down? Overwhelmed? Now, to help you lift your spirits and look on the bright side naturally, there's Quanterra Emotional Balance. I used to think all St. John's warts were alike, but they're not. The extract in Quanterra was clinically proven effective by doctors, and research suggests it regulates neurotransmitters affecting emotional wellness. New Quanterra Emotional Balance. There is light at the end of the tunnel. If it's not clinically proven, it's not Quanterra.
Heart care is most important when it's your care. Recognized by HCIA as one of the top 100 cardiovascular hospitals in the nation, Presbyterian Hospital's cutting-edge heart program is focused entirely on the needs of one very special patient. Your specialized heart care is right here, right now at Presbyterian Hospital. Call the Physician Finder line today for special doctors delivering special heart care.
It's almost curfew here in Moore. About 8 o'clock tonight, those National Guardsmen back there will lock down the Highlands Addition. You know, it was about this time Monday night that this tornado started tracking toward Del City and Midwest City, eventually all the way down to Choctaw. At about that same time, more than 700 of our friends and neighbors were headed to Metro emergency rooms. By ambulance, by car, even on foot, they started arriving at Southside emergency rooms. Children covered in blood, adults fighting for their lives, and the kinds of injuries you find inflicted only by Mother Nature. A board ran through the side of a woman's head. She arrived conscious but struggling to breathe.
When we got to her, she's sitting down and the board is stuck through the side of her head and then into her throat and then out on the other side.
You must have thought, oh my God. I mean, have you ever seen anything?
It was a pretty rough sight, I tell you. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like it. War zone, I guess, could describe it.
33-year-old Julie Rakestraw survived this incredible injury thanks to the skill of her doctors. But even with plenty of warning and trying their best to hide from killer winds, the tornado claimed its victims.
Don't touch her. Our sister-in-law was killed. She's over there in the bathtub. Oh, God.
And their 3 babies are at the hospital with my brother.
My brother and her newborn and my 2 nephews, they're all at the hospital. My mom's just her brother, that's the truck over there.
And their car's behind it. She just had her baby a month ago.
This lady has...
For sure?
She's dead in the bathtub.
That's my sister-in-law.
Right there.
She was hiding in the bathtub then?
Yeah, her head off. Like lightning struck her head off.
Hit her.
Split it open or something.
Street over. They said nobody's been over there. They've got some injured people next street over.
You found anything?
Yeah, we already pulled out one guy.
Where was he?
He was over there on that side.
Tell me, we pulled him out. How did you know he was there?
We just what we're doing right now, just yelling and seeing if anybody's answering, stuff like that.
It's this one right here! Denise!
There's somebody already down left in there.
No, it's this one! It's this one! Denise!
What's her name?
Denise Clayton Champ!
Denise!
Denise!
Clayton! Denise!
Hey, shut up, be quiet!
Denise! Hey, somebody, we need some help. Somebody go with them that don't have family. I need some help in this area.
Can you go?
Yeah.
He'll go.
Okay, we need you in here. Hop in here. Let's go. Did you have to jump that curve? Did you jump that curve?
Well, we could hear on the radio what was going on. We had a couple of portable radios, and we could hear when things were going to happen, and then everybody said, everybody get down. We dove under some, like, countertops that were there, and you could feel the air pressure start to change.
300 or so dazed people filed out of the Westmore High School auditorium across a field full of debris and their own crumpled cars.
The phone went dead, and I tried to call back, and I couldn't reach him.
What was he doing? Was he panicking?
No, they were in the bathtub. They were all covered up.
Meanwhile, just across the way at the Emerald Springs Apartments, rescue workers were frantically looking for victims. 400 of the 600 apartments at Emerald Springs were leveled by the tornado.
I know right where he's at. I know right where the building's at. They won't let us go in.
Ma'am, I understand that you've got family and cars down there, but please help us.
Victims were desperate to get in and find loved ones. Police were desperate to keep them away from the unstable rubble.
He's only 10.
Some were lucky. They still had what matters most.
We're here. What's that? We're thanking the Lord we're here.
That's it.
The twister took an especially deadly toll in this area. Large homes nearby were blown apart.
We are in the closet praying our hopes out.
huge. It's moving. Looks like it's moving right over Tinker Air Force Base to me, guys.
It ripped through Del City and chewed up parts of Midwest City.
Okay, I need for you to team up with one that does have a car, okay?
I saw it coming over top of the house across the street, and I saw the debris starting. That's when I shouted to her. I said, come look at this real quick. She stuck her head out the door, and I said, this is probably as close as you ever want to be to a tornado. Now let's go to the storm shelter.
So we ran to the storm shelter, and I couldn't get it open. The pressure was so great. I'm going to die, you know. But
At least 3 of her neighbors in Midwest City did. Others lost their homes, their treasures, even their pets.
I grew up in this neighborhood.
We're looking for two kitty cats.
The twister next took aim at Choctaw before moving east out of the metro. Only 100 miles from its birthplace, the tornado left its final mark on Stroud, tossing about semis on the Turner Turnpike.
So we was in the truck, and the truck just started shaking side to side, and I was just praying, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Let me live to get back to Augusta, Georgia to tell it.
Oh, there it is. I've got debris. It's very large funnel.
But as darkness settled in, a new round of storms was firing on the west side of the metro. By the night's end, nobody knew for sure how many people had died, were hurt, or were missing. Only that Oklahoma City had taken another devastating blow. No, from television, it is difficult to tell just how widespread the damage is, especially here in the metro. We have come up with a unique way to show you that. Coming up, take a high-speed pass down the tornado's trail.
Father, daughter, conservative, liberal, Rachmaninoff, rock and roll, practical, not. What brings them to the table? Introducing Honey Nut Chex, a delicious new taste, an amazing new crunch. If they could share this family value, what next? Maybe conversation? Maybe next time. New Honey Nut Chex. Welcome to Generation Chex.
The calm after the storm isn't always so calm, because some storms leave behind down power lines. And no matter how calm a power line looks, it could be carrying thousands of volts of electricity. That's why touching one could be deadly. If you see a downed power line, stay away and stay alive.
It's time again for the Mercury Challenge. The challenge this year? Sell 4,000 Mercuries. Like Mercury Grand Marquis, the best-selling full-size car in the Southwest. Now for 3 years in a row. Plus, it's #1 in owner loyalty and has the government's highest crash test rating. And now it comes with 1,000 cash back and no charge maintenance. For 2 years, just add gas. It's the Mercury Challenge. 4,000 Mercuries will be sold. So get to your Mercury dealer now.
March on into Brahms for one of our cool, refreshing mixes. You'll love the tasty blend of our chocolate or vanilla soft serve. And your favorite candy, nuts, or fruit. Grab a spoonful of your favorite mix and enjoy it now at Brahms.
It is difficult to understand the enormity of the devastation down here from the bits and clips of video that we have shown you so far, but this might help. Right along as Ranger 9 follows the debris path at 110 miles an hour.
We're going to start our journey at 149th Street and Penn at the edge of Oklahoma City. The path of destruction from the air is easy to follow, like Mother Nature took a brown-colored highlighter and wrote on a map straight through 4 metro area cities. You can see on your right a school completely untouched, yet houses 10 away are destroyed. Westmore High School, with its cars still littering the parking lot, is just to the left. The homes where most of the kids who went to that school live are gone. The tornado's path went through Oklahoma City and toward Moore in a northeastern direction. Straight ahead you can see the First Baptist Church sitting just under the White Moore Water Tower. This neighborhood between Santa Fe and I-35 and south of 104th Street is one of the most heavily damaged, the widest path of the storm. Kelly Elementary School sits off to the right, obliterated. We're crossing Shields and I-35 where traffic was stopped. People were huddled under their overpass. The Highland and Highland Park neighborhood sits below us. First Baptist Church off to the right. That has been a command post for the last 4 days. Hundreds of people have gone through there trying to get aid, food, shelter. Their homes are gone. The tornado continues on a northeastern path, but you can see it's going to start turning north. All the rain, the lush green grass has allowed us to see more of a defined path through the shade of brown. This is a sparsely populated area. That's Eastern Avenue below us. You see a trucking company straight ahead and just to the left that was destroyed by the tornado just as it turned north. We are near the Lakeside Golf Course at Eastern and Southeast 194th on the Moore, Oklahoma City line. Interstate 240, which traffic is moving heavily on even now. The tornado passed over it. There really is no home straight down there. It's just debris from the neighborhood before. We're heading now through Del City. Tinker is off to the east, to the right. We're heading toward Midwest City and I-40. Around Southeast 44th and Southeast 59th in this area along Sunny Lane to Sooner. Hundreds and hundreds of homes are completely gone. At this point you can see the tornado is going almost due north on the ground, creating total destruction at least 5 blocks wide. We're now approaching Interstate 40. Hudeberg Chevrolet in Midwest City sat along that interstate. They lost most of their inventory. The tornado literally went right over the top of the store. path gets narrower after it passed over I-40, still obliterating homes and some businesses along that interstate route. But its destruction is nearing the end. As we approach the Heritage Park Mall, just to the north and east, the tornado picks up, it stops cold, and the most heavy destruction ceases.
Incredible power. It killed 41 Oklahomans. 742 were hurt. 3,719 structures destroyed. Absolutely amazing. When we come back, a little town in ruins and a little girl trying to make a difference.
You've heard of people building shelters to survive this Y2K thing? Wow, two-ply. You guys are prepared. But don't worry, because at your Kia dealer, we know Y2K really means yes to Kia. And you can get $1,000 cash back on a new Sportage. So instead of stockpiling gourmet delicacies like this...
Don't touch the meat.
You can be stockpiling Kias. Get $1,000 cash back on a new Sportage at the Yes to Kia sales event. Y2K breath spray. That's a must.
Sight and Sound gives you 6 months no interest and no accrued interest on select appliances, electronics, and bedding. Yes, you get 6 months no interest plus no accrued interest. Get this Hot Point by GE side-by-side with deluxe dispenser in the door, and it's just $668. This GE refrigerator has 25 square feet of shelf area, water, ice, and crushed ice in the door. Buy it today for $897. This 25-inch RCA color TV is just $219. We're the state's largest appliance and electronics dealer. We'll beat all competitors' prices. Sight and Sound. What we do best is save you money.
I get what I want.
Oh, me too. Me three. Finally, something that satisfies everyone.
It's a win-win-win situation. It's a triple option. From Mazio.
I'll take a piece of that.
None of that one.
Hey.
The entire office loves it.
It's cool, it's hot, it really rocks. It's the triple option. From Mazio.
No dishes. It's Mom's night off.
For $13.33, it's cheap. Any pizza, any crust, any toppings. 3 9-inch pizzas for only $13.33.
It's the triple option. From Mazio.
Kids love it.
Hi, Jack Elliott from your program car headquarters, David Stanley Chevrolet, with some great program vehicles like this 98 Malibu with all the options, automatic, air and more, $10,988. Or this 98 Lumina, again, all the options, your price, $10,988. Take a look at this great-looking 98 Chevy Prism, automatic, air and more, your price, $89,888. For the best price on a program vehicle, come see us at your program car headquarters, David Stanley Chevrolet, I-240 in South Walker.
Over and over Monday night, Gary kept saying you need to be below ground level to survive a storm like this. And fortunately, a whole bunch of people were. And it's left all of us thinking about the need for storm shelters.
Kay and Mike Harold's property line is now marked only by their beloved yellow Corvette and the neighbor's wedding dress. They scooped through the rubble today, not really expecting to find anything, and reflecting on how lucky they were.
The lights flickered, we lost power, and that was it. I've never heard anything quite like it.
How important was an early warning in this case?
Very. Very. 19 of us would have died if we hadn't have known in advance. Several are already been over and out of the way. And this is the window. We came out.
They are alive in large part because a neighbor invited them into a basement across the street, which stayed fully intact despite the destruction just a few feet above.
There's 30 of my family and my neighbors. We's all out right in there, right in that cellar right there. I wasn't at proof.
Bill Butler crammed dozens of scared neighbors and his dog into this tiny shelter beneath his former sunroom. They watched News 9's weather, headed to the basement, and prayed.
I could hear the the debris, you know, hitting the roof or the door.
Gary England says in F4, F5 tornado, if you're not underground, you don't survive. Do you believe that?
I truly do. I mean, you know, whenever he come over, whenever it was coming across Penn, and he told everybody that they needed to be underground, well, that's where we went. You know, and I guarantee you it saved our lives.
By Tuesday morning, word of an immense disaster in another small town was coming from north of the metro. Even Richfield, a veteran of the Gerald, Texas tornado, was stunned by the aftermath in Mulhall.
This is the main street through Mulhall, or what was once Mulhall. Very little remains of the town of 200 people. The city streets are littered with trees and what is left of the town's buildings. The students would have been in this hallway if the storm would have hit during school hours.
I just built up enough for all 25 to have the same set of books, and they were all on that shelf, and those won't be replaced by the school.
This is another street. You can see power lines. Some are left standing, but the winds were so strong. Look at this. That is the city's water tower laying across the street. The city has no electricity, and estimates of up to a week before power is restored and water finally restored to this small community.
What's weird is I had just trimmed this tree away a little bit, like right before we went inside that night, because it was when you pull the cars in, you know, they were a nuisance. So I hacked them back up about 4 feet. I came out there and I was, you know, okay, it's trimmed now.
From Ranger 9 Tuesday, we got our first real look at the damage in Stroud, too. The town's largest employer, the Tanger Outlet Mall, took a direct hit. What used to be a popular stopping point for tourists reduced to a pile of rubble they only slowed to gawk at. Moments earlier, patients at Stroud's hospital narrowly escaped injury when the tornado roared by. But even as the enormity of our loss was revealed by Tuesday's daylight, so was new hope. Oklahomans turned out in droves here at News 9 to help out.
Got water over here?
Yeah! If you haven't had the event in time of need, you're going to have to be sometime in the future.
Mr. West, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. All right, glad to do it. Thanks, guys.
Do you all still need volunteers down here this afternoon?
You bet.
Where can I park?
Okay, these are shirts, and we got a few more blankets here.
Sitting there and touched my heart. I had to come out and do something.
Andre Coleman isn't the only one who felt the need to donate. Within hours of the disaster, News 9's lawn turned into a mini relief city.
Here, Shawnee.
Stack it anywhere?
People donated canned goods, diapers, pretty much anything and everything.
Okay. Thank you, Parker.
Just had extra stuff. Just give it away. People need it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We just need to do that for whoever we can. It's just devastating. I live in Edmond, and I was telling my wife, we really God had mercy on us to not spare us from this. And I've seen this on TV, and I'm trying to do what I can, and it's just the right thing to do.
I had a couple of folks bring in some teddy bears and some folks bring in some diapers, whatever you can think of.
That's what kids learned from their parents. Even the littlest ones understand the meaning of giving, including 4-year-old Taylor.
So what are you going to do with these things?
I was going to get them to somebody who don't have toys.
Well, we went to the grocery store and bought a lot of diapers and toys for all the kids.
And then there's Kelly Heafy. She knew right away she wanted to donate. For 9 years, she saved her birthday money, only to give it all to strangers.
I was in a tornado about a year ago, and I knew how hard it was for everyone. And I wanted to give up all the money I had, so I just gave it up. There's about $300 there.
Just 2 of the many donations that will help. Some helped with their hearts, their hands, and their time, taping boxes or unloading cars. Soon it became evident even the volunteers realized the significance of every box lifted and every trailer loaded. That's one more truck heading to where it's needed most, thanks to hundreds of people who band together. After all, this shirt says it all. None of us are as strong as all of us.
Oklahoma.
Oklahomans have really answered the call once again. You know, incredibly, 4 days after the tornado hit, there are still 23,000 customers without power. I talked to a couple of these guys up on this pole just a little while ago. They told me the first day they worked 25 hours straight. What would you do if you lost everything? You know, the help is out there, but for some, it's just not that easy to accept. That story's coming up.
In school, I never had a problem with the questions in math class. It was the answers that gave me trouble. But this Arby's Mix and Match 5 for $5.95, I can't get it wrong. I just choose any combination of 5 regular roast beefs and beef and cheddars. 4 in 1, 3 in 2, it doesn't matter. Some people have a head for figures. With me, it's my stomach.
You can go anywhere and get filled up, but you can only get the Mix and Match any 5 for $5.95 deal at Arby's.
How precious is one life? How powerful is one heart? How resilient is one spirit? How precious is one life? All the gold in the world couldn't buy one moment. Norman Regional, the human side of healing.
Now Oklahoma City has a complete one-stop flooring store. It's the Mill Creek Design Center. Hi, I'm Becky Dixon for Mill Creek Carpet and Tile. Shop in a no-hassle atmosphere. Relax with a cup of cappuccino. Mill Creek wants you to shop at your own pace for over 1,000 styles, colors, and patterns featuring Queen Carpet. It's an Anso Choice nylon carpet, tough by nature, fashionable by design. No matter what your family dishes out, Queen Carpet can take it. After just one visit, you'll know why nobody knows carpet like Mill Creek.
Where you going?
I can't take this cold weather anymore. No, I'm gonna gear up for summer at Commercial Federal Bank.
Is it warm there?
Oh yeah, they have the hottest offer around. Free summer gear with free checking.
Cool.
Yeah, free checking with no minimum balance and free stuff like a beach towel, golf umbrella, sports bag, cassette radio, koozie cooler, and more.
Great. But what's a cooler?
I don't know.
Get free checking and free summer gear at Commercial Federal. It's a great bank.
Oklahomans are a generous people. We would rather help than be helped. But you know, for tornado victims right now, they have no choice, and it's tearing some of them up.
Pat Henderson worked all her life, just like you. Except today, Pat just found out everything she's worked for is gone.
Pretty elite applesauce.
And starting her life from scratch just couldn't begin until she actually saw the remains of her life with her own eyes.
A lot of people probably aren't coming out like me. I waited till my apartment was cleared so I could see what was left, if it was really real. And it's real. What about the toddler clothes? Are they back there too?
Until today, Carrie Corbin was getting by on hopes that her place and her stuff would be right where she left it.
Because it's like you've got that hope that it's going to be there. It's going to be there. It wasn't me. I'm going to, and so it's like I'll hold out. I can wait a day or two until I found, and then I get there and it was me and I'm here.
The sight of an entire church filled with donations is overwhelming, and so is the pride survivors have to swallow.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I cry every time I have to ask somebody anything.
This is what this is for.
I've never had to.
Eat this. Eat this pudding.
I know people want help, but it is the pride thing. But I don't want my daughter to go hungry. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm asking for food and stuff. I don't even have a hairbrush. I don't have any. I don't have. The one thing I don't know. There's just nothing.
But profound feelings of loss come from memories of the simple things. Carrie's 2-year-old daughter misses her Teletubby.
She loves Lala. Lala gives you a big hug, and she gives Mama a big hug. And we always have Lala, and we didn't have it Monday. It's just overwhelming. I don't know where to start. The first thing is just, I guess, to get close for my daughter. My daughter doesn't have any of her toys. She doesn't have a bed. She doesn't have her blanket. She doesn't have her books. She's learning her ABCs, and I don't have nowhere to heat anything. I basically need just stuff that's easy, like open up chips. All I can say is that I'm grateful for it. I've said a prayer to God every night.
Pain and hurt have many faces in a disaster like this one. This killer tornado paralleled I-44 for miles. When it finally crossed the highway, it changed an 11-year-old boy's life forever. Now, the heartbreaking story in his own words.
We couldn't see nothing but black, and we thought it was clouds.
11-year-old Levi Walton is the mud-covered boy we showed you Monday night on the H.E. Bailey Turnpike. He had been in the car with his mother, 40-year-old Kathleen Walton, a spiritual woman friends say had been running with Levi from an abusive husband since Levi was a baby.
Her whole world revolved around her son. Everything revolved around him, everything.
While driving home to Anadarko, Kathleen and Levi found themselves face to face with the tornado.
But we didn't know it was the tornado, and it was so big, we just thought that it was clouds.
Kathleen and Levi jumped out of their car and took cover under this overpass.
She went up the side by the grass. I barely made it up there.
Levi crawled into here. Kathleen covered him with her own body and held on as long as she could while the tornado blew right over them.
She was holding on to me. She told me she loved me.
She felt like she was pulling with her because she was hanging on to him.
When it got real bad and mud was flying and dirt and debris, she told me to close my eyes, and it got real bad. She let go.
Kathleen's body was found later, a quarter of a mile away.
She gave her life for his.
Levi came out dazed and splattered with mud and debris, but he survived without a scratch.
And she had him stuffed up in a corner so tight that he didn't even get hurt.
4 other people survived under the same overpass. Mud still outlines their shapes in the concrete. The traces of the tornado's terror remain here and in the memory of a little boy who lost the only parent he had.
She just said, close your eyes, and then it got real bad, and she let go.
With photographer Mark Dawson, Julie Dyson, News 9.
A little boy alone, but there are so many who want to help.
Rejoice in the Lord.
Dozens gathered on a windswept hillside in Bridge Creek Wednesday night, their shattered church a few yards away. But even while work continued behind them, worshipers called on a higher power.
Let us be grateful for every breath we breathe, everything that you have provided.
The road ahead is a long one for the people of Bridge Creek, but they will begin the journey together. Churches all over have answered the call once again, serving as relief centers and shelters. Coming up, an incredible discovery, a miracle baby in the mud. A dashboard-mounted camera captures it all. We'll show it to you next.
When some people have allergies, they sneeze a lot. Others get an itchy, runny nose or nasal congestion. Me, I had it all. So I said to my doctor, enough already. He prescribed Flonase nasal spray.
Multi-symptom Flonase once a day relieves all nasal allergy symptoms. In fact, it's the #1 prescribed nasal allergy spray for any or all of those nasal symptoms.
All it takes is Flonase.
Even kids as young as 4 can use Flonase. For best results, Flonase must be used daily. Call to learn more or ask your doctor. Side effects are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, or sore throat. For nasal allergy relief, ask your doctor about multi-symptom Flonase.
When you get it all it takes is Flonase.
Welcome to Taco Night at the Andersons.
Hey, it's a Stay-Puft Marshmallow Man!
Taco Night is also movie night at the Andersons.
Bring home the new Grande meals and make tonight Taco Night. Choose any 10 tacos or bean burritos plus a Nachos Bel Grande plus a Mexican pizza, all for just $9.99. And get a coupon for a free Blockbuster movie rental.
Wow, let's make s'mores.
Until next time.
This is Tubby Wayne McDonald. On the job as Ford trucks play a big role.
My Ford trucks are the best employees I got.
For power and payload, Tubby's Ford trucks outpull the competition all week long.
And come the weekend, my Ford trucks take on the competition too. As you can see, Ford trucks play as hard as they work.
Pushing dirt or throwing mud, Tubby's Fords are there.
Definitely a Ford guy.
Now get 4.9 financing on Ford F-Series.
Everybody ought to be a Ford guy.
Just see your Ford dealer, home of the #1 selling cars and trucks in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma Ford and you.
Every day, our graduates help people handle the blessings of God. We're Phillips Theological Seminary, Oklahoma's own.
Rate your risk of heart attack, Sunday at 10 on News 9.
People are donating so much right now. The spirit of Oklahoma is really shining. Watch now as the items you brought by News 9 and other drop sites around the metro brighten the lives of some of those people living through their darkest days.
Taking to the streets, members of the youth group of the First Baptist Church of Midwest City deliver food and drinks, welcome relief to their neighbors struck by the storm.
So I got 500 sandwiches and we've been giving away pop and everything. Is this your house? Yep. That's it? This is what's left of it. They're going to be moving this car off our porch here later on.
Each home they visit, they hear a different tale. All with a similar beginning, but none end quite the same.
I got you some bananas in here and some chips and brownies and stuff. Oh, that is great. There you go. We got crackers. Do you want crackers?
Naomi Hall lost her home and almost everything in it. But in the madness of the rubble, she finds pieces of her life.
This is from when?
1944, when I graduated from high school. Bakersfield, California. This is the attic. This is where she had all her Christmas things stored.
Naomi's family flew in from New Jersey to help dig her out of her house. In a community of so many broken lives, they find the unexpected, the spirit of Oklahoma overflowing in the people.
Coming out here, I didn't know what to expect. And it's amazing. People, they're here to help each other. You know, one guy's got 2 sandwiches, he gives you 1. I think sometimes if you only had 1, he'd give you his.
Water or juice? No. Are you sure?
You don't even have to ask. They come and ask you, can I help? May I do something? Is there anything I can get you? Thanks to everyone.
Here, I'm going to leave it.
It's really a blessing to see so many good people.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
In Midwest City, Rich Field, News 9.
And out of the rubble, the spirit of Oklahoma swells up in our children. See for yourself. It played out on a soccer field in Moore last night.
Prior to kickoff, a moment of silence for the tornado victims. Among them, Westmore coaches Russell Randolph and Lloyd Kutch. Both lost their homes in the storm.
I know personally, and I know a lot of the girls just coming out of the shock today. And when you come out of the shock, you don't know what to do, and you got to get back into that patterned life, and that routine's needed.
Nothing has come easy in Westmore this week. The game goes to overtime, but Heather Rivera giving the Jaguars a much-needed win.
Thank you. I needed that.
We've had a lot happen to us, but then came out here and won, so it feels good.
After the game, the Edmond North girls pushed aside an emotional loss and offered a hug and a flower.
Thanks, guys. You guys are so sweet. I've never seen anyone do something like that before, and it was really touching.
You're still clutching a flower there.
I don't want to let it go. I do not want to let it go. It's awesome.
What's more, each one of the Edmond North boys, to show its concern for the Westmore players and the community, wore a white armband with a big W on it. On this field, nothing but winners, one and all.
One of the most incredible stories to come out of this tragedy comes from a road in Grady County. A tiny miracle found in the mud. When Robert Jolly was sent out to survey tornado damage Monday night, he had no idea what he'd find.
I went down a road, it's called Road 5. I was asking the families if they were all accounted for. They were, until I encountered a gentleman disoriented in the roadway. He said he had lost his family. He was looking for his daughter.
And so Jolly and 2 other deputies spread out looking for any survivors. That's when he saw something move at the base of a tree. It was 10-month-old Aaliyah Crago, the missing child. Aaliyah was sucked out of her mother's arms while they huddled inside a closet. She landed 100 feet away in the trees, covered with mud and scared. You can see from this dashboard camera inside the patrol car, Aaliyah just wanted to be held, and that's exactly what Robert Jolly did. Cradled her on his lap until he found some help.
I think so. I think when the baby reached out for me when I set her down to check her was probably when I started thinking about my own and about being a father.
You said the baby was crying. How about you?
I come close. Yeah, I cried.
Aaliyah is back with her family now. Her grandmother did not survive the tornado. Wow. When we come back, an incredible look from home video inside the tornado.
It's time again for the Mercury Challenge. The challenge this year? Sell 4,000 Mercuries. Like Mercury Grand Marquis, the best-selling full-size car in the Southwest. Now for 3 years in a row. Plus, it's #1 in owner loyalty and has the government's highest crash test rating. And now it comes with 1,000 cash back and no charge maintenance. For 2 years, just add gas. It's the Mercury Challenge. 4,000 Mercuries will be sold. So get to your Mercury dealer now.
It's the oven torch. Think of the tips.
Right, pizza boy?
Everybody in the pizza business is looking for a way to deliver oven-fresh pizza. Domino's has a better idea. The Domino's Heatwave. It's like a portable oven for the best-tasting Domino's ever. Get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas and a 2-liter bottle of Coke for $13.99.
The calm after the storm isn't always so calm, because some storms leave behind downed power lines. And no matter how calm a power line looks, it could be carrying thousands of volts of electricity. That's why touching one could be deadly. If you see a downed power line, stay away and stay alive. Avalon, because peace and quiet aren't going to come looking for you.
What you're looking at is the view inside the tornado Monday night from a home video camera set up in a living room. Listen and watch. Isn't that amazing? Gary says that video was taken even a few blocks from the strongest winds. Can hear a helicopter now in the distance. All week there have been helicopters buzzing around this area taking photographs, but tomorrow there will be only one, Marine One. President Clinton will be in town touring the damage. He is expected to be here tomorrow morning about 10 o'clock. He is promising financial help to the victims, and there will be spiritual and emotional help Sunday at the First Baptist Church of Moore, a 10 a.m. worship service, a citywide service. Everyone is invited. It's almost 8 o'clock, and here in just a little bit, these National Guardsmen will lock down the Highlands neighborhood. So we leave you tonight with some final thoughts and some final look through the eyes of our photojournalist. From More Tonight, I'm Kelly Ogle.
Never seen anything like the people in Oklahoma do things. My son-in-law there is from New Jersey, and he said he's never seen anything anywhere like the people here.
What do you think? Is the washing machine savable?
What is your impression of the spirit of Oklahoma and its people?
It's amazing. I can't believe how these people just all take care of one another. You know, it's just, I mean, we saw back when the bombing went off, how everybody pitched in, but it's amazing.
It's just been overwhelming. And not only here, but the other areas that were hit, I think everybody is getting all kinds of help and donations that are coming in when they ask for something. It seems like it's just in no time that people will meet the call.
People appreciate that.
Yeah. What made you come out?
Thank you.
Just had extra stuff. Just give it away. People need it. So we did.
I'm a born-again Christian, and I feel like we just need to do that for whoever we can.
We brought diapers and canned goods and cash donations also. And she brought some candy for the little kids because everyone's in time of need all the time. And if you haven't had to been in time of need, you're going to have to be sometime in the future. So
that's Oklahoma. When they say the spirit of Oklahoma, that's the spirit of Oklahoma. I mean, that's us. No matter where we're at, you'll always know where Anoki is. And I've been around a few places. You can't beat this state.
Americans take to the road, they generally take stuff.
Well, we have the stroller, which has to be in the car at all times.
Transports my bike and anybody else that wants to go.
That's why Americans are switching to Chevy Malibu.
Powerful, roomy, comfortable.
Malibu offers a V6 and still costs over $3,000 less than Camry and Accord.
We're very happy we bought the Malibu.
The car you knew America could build. Malibu.
Now you can drive away in a new Malibu with your choice of either 2.9 financing or $1,000 cash back. See your local Chevrolet dealer today.
March on into Brahms for one of our cool, refreshing mixes. You'll love the tasty blend of our chocolate or vanilla soft serve. And your favorite candy, nuts, or fruit. Grab a spoonful of your favorite mix and enjoy it now at Brahms.
The largest selection at the absolute lowest prices. Here at your volume Chevy dealer, David Stanley Chevrolet. Check this out. New 99 Tahoes, several to choose from, $6,000 off MSRP. Unheard of. The same goes for 99 Suburbans, $6,000 off MSRP. Or a 99 Astrovan, again, $6,000 off MSRP. Take your pick, Tahoe, Suburban, Astrovan, $6,000 off. Here at your #1 volume Chevy dealer, David Stanley Chevrolet, I-240 in South Walker. You'll hear about one tornado victim who gave the ultimate sacrifice at 10.
Meteorologist Jeff Castle and sports with Jerry Park. Eyewitness News 5 continues.
Good morning and welcome back to a special edition of Eyewitness News 5 Saturday morning. We are awaiting President Bill Clinton's visit into the Sooner State. We understand that he is running behind. He is scheduled now to arrive at Tinker Air Force Base at 10:45, which is about 45 minutes behind schedule. And we're going to go now to Adriana Ivashinsky, who's out in Del City. And Adriana, I understand that the president being behind schedule is not really good news.
Well, it doesn't really affect the people out here. What affects them is having to wait in this big line in order to get into their neighborhoods and take care of the business at hand, and that is taking care of their homes, taking care of the insurance. As you can see, there's quite a long line waiting to get in now, and it's 10:15. Earlier this morning at around 8 o'clock, the time when they were supposed to be let in, there was a bit of a delay, and that really frustrated a lot of the tornado victims out here. It's been such a frustrating, devastating week that any little delay just makes it that much worse.
Well, now, Adriana, is because of the president's motorcade and the Secret Service